Mercedes-Benz range of compact cars, namely the A-Class, CLA, GLA and GLB, are all very well received, not just in Malaysia, but also worldwide. Last year in 2020, Mercedes-Benz sold more than 691,000 units of these compact cars globally. And it's not hard to see why these cars are so successful, because Mercedes-Benz have gotten the formula for its compact cars just right. Style, technology and excitement are what drives these compact cars, and there's a car for everyone as well. If you are looking for an urban roundabout, there's the A-Class hatchback. If you're looking for something that's styled very distinctively, there's the CLA. But if you want something that's a little bit more practical yet stylish, there's this second generation Mercedes-Benz GLA. And in today's video, I'm going to help you decide whether is this your next perfect car. Download the official WapCar app on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store now. Hello everybody, this is Adrian for WapCar.my and I'm all about the details. This is the all-new second generation Mercedes-Benz GLA and this is the range-topping GLA 250 AMG Line variant. Now, when I first saw the new GLA in person, I wasn't really excited by its design. Personally, I feel that the first generation car was a little bit sexier, it was styled a little bit better. Because this second generation GLA's design is a little bit more mellowed down, but I feel that that was the effect of a new car design. It hasn't grown on me yet. After spending some time just appreciating, taking in the design elements I feel this is a very good looking car. I feel that the AMG Line exterior kit fitted onto this car plays a big part in elevating the car's presence. First up, I love the lower section bumper here, the vents, the lower chrome strip, very elegant, very nice. And over here, this diamond pinstripe grille I feel is the best looking Mercedes-Benz grille. Over to the side, it's fitted with 19-inch 5 twin-spoke AMG alloys, and over to the rear, you get a nice little diffuser with dual exhaust exits. Now, one detail that I absolutely love on this GLA is that despite being the smallest SUV in Mercedes-Benz lineup, the LED daytime running lights arrangement is similar to what you get in a GLC, the top and lower section here. I think this is a very neat little detail that ties in the entire SUV product family lineup. The previous generation GLA is essentially a taller version or jacked up version of the A-Class, but now in the second generation, Mercedes-Benz have tried to give the GLA bigger distinction from the A-Class. So first up, the proportions of the GLA now is a lot more SUV-like. It has grown taller by some 104mm, wider by 30mm. However, overall length have shortened by 14mm. Now, the entire car just looks a lot more SUV-like, but the bigger distinction from the GLA with the A-Class is this: an additional rear three-quarter windows. Now, Mercedes-Benz claims that the benefits of having an additional rear three-quarter windows is better outward visibility, but the bigger reason here is just so that the GLA has a much nicer looking proportions. Can you imagine this? Without this rear three-quarter windows, it's going to be one big clump of C-pillars. So having this additional rear three-quarter windows just gives the car better, smoother lines and a cleaner look. The GLA 250 rides on lowered comfort suspension, so it has a much better stance compared to the regular GLA 200. Just take a look at it, it fills out the wheel arches perfectly. The GLA 250 is equipped with a hands-free power tailgate. All you have to do is have the key in your pockets, do a kicking motion underneath the rear bumper, and the tailgate opens up automatically. Now, I have to compliment that the sensors on the GLA 250 are super sensitive and is super convenient. Watch. Pops up, stops, closes, stops again. I could do this all day. It's just so convenient, and a lot of other cars where you have to like fiddle and find your way. GLA, no, very intuitive. So, boot space, it opens up to a completely flat load lip. The boot floor and the load lip is level, but you can always move this false boot floor to its lowest position and you get a maximum load space of 435 litres, which is about 40 litres more than the previous generation GLA. If you ever need more space, you can always fold the rear seats down with a 40-20-40 split. If you are not sold on the exterior design of the GLA, step inside, because this interior alone will just blow your mind. It's the new generation of compact cars interior, and it's just such an occasion to be in. I love the AMG Line multifunctional steering wheel with pedal shifters. The new generation steering wheel design controls are laid out very nicely. It's very thick, chunky, nice to hold, even better to look at. And around the cabin, you get very nice interior trimmings such as red stitching on the top section of the dashboard, aluminium trim pieces, as well as suede materials that covers the dashboard and seats. And that I haven't even started talking about the MBUX widescreen cockpit. The widescreen cockpit is made out of two screens, one on the center and one on the instrument cluster, but they're interconnected with each other. You do get a little bit of a bezel, but it's within your dead vision, so you won't see it anyway. But let's start with the instrument cluster. Plenty of customization options. You're able to change the theme, you're able to change the types of information you want, however you want it. So you use it via the steering wheel control on the right side, and you just switch around. Very easy to use, very intuitive. At first you might feel that it's a little bit weird to use, but after you get used to it, super easy. You're able to display your eco display, your navigation, your G-force meter, consumption, all the types of information, however you want it to be. Next up, the MBUX touchscreen infotainment system. Yes, it supports touchscreen. I think it's one of the better ones within the segment, because first up, you're able to control via the touchpad right here. You're able to use it with your touch controls. You know, sometimes you just want a quick access just via on your touchscreen. And it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I believe really there's no complaints with this MBUX system because it's very intuitive, very easy to use. The menus are all laid out very clearly. But let me draw your attention to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I feel like the integration is just brilliant. The screen is very vibrant, and it just takes advantage of your phone's applications and just project it onto the screen right here. Love it. But my favorite feature inside the GLA, or should I say the party piece, would be the 64 color ambient lighting. I kid you not, it really just changes how you experience a car. Once you have your music playing, your ambient lighting turned on, select your favorite colors, you have to experience this GLA at night. Because when everything comes on, it gives you an indescribable feeling. It's just so special and so fun. Because, I mean, there's 64 colors to choose from. You will never get bored of any single combination. And yes, I urge you to experience this car at night, and you know what I'm talking about. If you ask me whether the cabin of the GLA is practical or not, I have to say it's sufficient, more than enough. First up, you get a center storage space here for your phone, no problems, two little cup holders. Oh, I have to mention that all the USB connectors in the GLA is a Type-C connector. So the reason for having Type-C is actually very simple. One, it enables faster data transfer. Two, it supports fast charging for your mobile devices. So Type-C, remember to get this cable if you buy a GLA. Next up, center storage spaces, you know, no complaints, quite decent size. Side door bins, large size water bottle, big thumbs up for me. Mercedes-Benz have claimed that they freed up more knee room in the rear cabin of the GLA, and it clearly shows. I have the front seat adjusted to my usual driving position, and I'm 175 cm tall. 3 tennis balls worth of knee room. I have zero complaints. Space in the footwell, aplenty. I'm able to comfortably slot my feet underneath the front seat for a much more comfortable and relaxed seating position. However, the center passenger will have to face a rather large tunnel hump, so you know you have to fight a little bit of space with the side passengers. However, I find it quite weird that the amenities in here is a little bit lacking. You don't get rear air vents nor center armrests in the GLA. But because of its increased height, get about 2 tennis balls worth of headroom. You get plenty of space, much more spacious compared to the first generation GLA. However, you know, things like center armrests or rear air vents are still lacking in this GLA. As we move on to the driving dynamics on the new GLA, the first turn of the wheel, you immediately feel the quantum leap in improvement compared to the previous generation car. The previous GLA was very mediocre. The ride was a little bit harsh, the powertrain was not very responsive, and the car feels very heavy because of the 4MATIC all-wheel drive system. But this new GLA 250, superb. It's a very matured kind of driving experience. Let's first talk about the engine. It's now powered by a new M260 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine, pumps up 224 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. It's paired to an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. Instant kickdown, instant response from both the transmission and engine. You don't get this kind of response in the previous GLA, and it's brilliant powertrain. And even when you come into this kind of like low speed traffic, crawling traffic, the dual clutch transmission doesn't jerk. It's very smooth, it's very intuitive, it doesn't go around hunting for gears. And I have to say, props to Mercedes on this transmission calibration and M260 engine. It's perhaps my favorite engine in Mercedes-Benz current lineup of 2-litre turbocharged petrol engines. Another area of the GLA that Mercedes-Benz have improved immensely is ride comfort. When you go over rough patches like that, cobble roads, it doesn't judder, it doesn't vibrate, it doesn't send you all the kind of movements from the road, the imperfections of the road. And I feel that Mercedes has done a fantastic job in tuning this suspension, because despite riding on 19-inch alloys, large alloys, as well as a lowered suspension, look, this kind of ride quality is perfectly acceptable any time of the day. Wonderful, wonderful. If you ask me to describe the handling prowess as well as the on-limit performance of the GLA, I find that it doesn't make sense. It's quite irrelevant to the potential buyers, because people who looks for this category of cars, all they need is a car that drives well, decently well, and rides comfortably. And I feel that the GLA checks all the boxes, because ride comfort has improved to a very acceptable level. Not just acceptable, you might actually find that the suspension damping is quite good, and even the handling, it has very high handling limits. But most importantly, when you travel on long distance highway, the car is very stable. It's very sure-footed, it's very planted, and the car just tracks very accurately according to your steering inputs. No, the driving experience doesn't set your hair on fire, but to the buyers, this is quite a decent driving experience. Potential buyers of the GLA won't place so much emphasis on the tangibles. They won't compare specs, complaining that, oh, the other car has more features than this, oh, so-and-so car has features, this doesn't. No. They care more about the intangibles. How the car makes you feel. How they feel when arriving at a location in this car. The GLA makes you feel very good. It's a very emotionally driven decision, and I have to say, it's a good decision to make. I feel that the GLA is for people who really likes the A-Class, yet have to take their family into consideration. Your parents, in-laws, spouses, kids. What makes the GLA so appealing. It's comfortable, practical, spacious, has decent boot space, able to carry out family duties. Yet, it does not lose out on the flair and excitement of a regular A-Class. Which is why I feel that the GLA is the best of both worlds. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of the GLA? And as always, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Download the official WapCar app on Apple App Store and Google Play Store for all your latest reviews, news, and comparisons to help you find your next perfect car.